My channel. Today we're going to solve the Caputo fractional derivative of order alpha given to be 3 all over 2 for f of x is equal to x cubed. Now what we have right here is considered to be the Caputo fractional derivative. This right here is what we consider to be the Caputo fractional derivative. Now what we are going to do now is to choose the value of our n. Now for alpha, for alpha given to be 3 all over 2, then we'll say our n will be equal to 2. What that means is that we have our n minus 1 less than alpha less than n. So if the value of our n is equal to 2, then we have alpha to be in between 1 and 2. So now we are going to substitute into our formula. Excuse. So here is what we have. Alpha is equal to 3 all over 2. So when we substitute our value, the value of alpha and n, this is what we have. And trying to simplify this, if we try to simplify this, we have this 3 all over 2. This is the Caputo derivative, x cubed. Now this will now simplify to 1 all over the square root of pi. Remember, gamma of half is given to be the square root of pi into our integral from 0 to x of f double prime of tau all over x minus tau. Now let's find out what our the double prime of f of x is. Now remember, our f of x is given to be x cubed. F of x is given to be x cubed. That means f prime of x is given to be 3x squared. F double prime of x, double prime here, of x is now equal to 6x. Now that we have gotten the value of f double prime of x, all we're going to do is just to simply substitute it back into the integral. So we have this, this C indicates that this is Caputo fractional derivative. Our f of x is s cubed, and then we have our 1 all over the square root of pi, which is gamma of half, into our integral now from 0 to x. Remember, f double prime is given to be xx, so putting it in terms of tau, we have 6 tau all over x minus tau raised to power 1 all over 2 the tau. Now we are going to focus on our integral, just this integral. Let's solve this integral and see what we are going to do, what we are going to get rather. Now, in trying to solve our integral, we found out that this integral here is the same thing as this, can be expressed as this form of gamma function. So now all we need to do is just to simply substitute our value. Now, but what I want us to observe here is that for our own case here, we have the value of m to be equal to 1. That's especially since our, since tau raised to the power of tau is 1. And then we also have our n to be 1 all over 2. So now using this formula, here is what we're going to get. Let's substitute it into our formula. That means we have our integral from 0 to x of tau everything over x minus tau. I'm just simply trying to work on the integral. Now the tau. Now this is still the same thing. Now we are trying to substitute back by using this now. Remember our m is equal to 1, so 1 plus 1 will give us 2, so we have gamma of 2 into gamma of 1 minus n. Our n is half, so 1 minus half will still give us half, and you know what that means. So we now have our gamma of 5 all over 2. Then we have our x raised to power, just simply substituting our value. We have our m to be what again? Our m is equal to 1 plus 1 minus n is 1 all over 2. So take note of that. And now in trying to simplify this, we have simplified this severally. So what we have here, gamma of 2 is going to be 1 times gamma of half is equal to the square root of pi all over, now gamma of 5 all over 2 is given to be 3 all over 4 into the square root of pi. So that is what we have. And now if we try to simplify this, let me use a different pen. If we try to simplify this, then we have this, which is equal to 4 all over 3. Now let's take everything back into our original question. Our original question, we have this, which is a Caputo fractional derivative of x raised to power 3, is given now to be 6 all over the square root of pi multiplied by 4 all over 3, and then we have this right here. If we simplify this, we have x raised to power 1 plus 1 is 2 minus 1 all over 2, which is still the same thing as x raised to power 3 all over 2. So what we have now is 4 all over 3. So here we have our x raised to power 3 all over 2. And I'm trying to simplify this. Here's what we have. X cubed is equal to, now here we have 3 here, 1, 3 into this we have 2. So instead we have 2 times 4, which will give us 8 all over, we have the square root of pi, then x raised to power 3 all over 2. And I think that is our final answer. So you can pause the video and go through the process again and see how we were able to solve this problem. Thank you very much for watching, and please like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much.